Hi, this is Blaine, aka the Plaid Lad, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my favorite gear that I've used in 2022. Now, this is not all necessarily gear that came out this year, but it's gear that was new to me and I enjoyed. So if you like content like this, go ahead and click the like button on the video and the subscription button. And if you really want to stay in touch with what I'm doing, hit the bell notification. That way you will get notified every time I put up a new video. So, without further ado, let's get into the first item. First on the list is the NITECORE NB10000 battery bank. As far as I'm aware, this is the lightest battery bank that's 10,000 milliamp hours, which is good to get me through overnight trip with all the camera equipment and everything. But this is the lightest one on the market that I'm aware of, and it has two ports on it. It has one that's USB-C and one that's USB-A, so you can charge two devices at once using each of those ports, and then the USB-C port also allows for quick recharging of the battery bank. The next item is the Polar Jammer. This is from the All Things Outdoors Etsy shop. This is a pretty versatile piece of gear. I only use it when it's going to be below like 35, below freezing basically, but some people will hike with this, like attached to their hip belt, and they put their hands in here. It just adds a little bit of extra hand warmth, but it's about 38 out here right now, so it actually feels pretty nice. But what I like to do with it is hang it on the ridgeline with my hammock, and then I will put all of my electronics in here. So this is an insulated pouch. I'll put a hand warmer in there with those, so that way my electronics don't freeze overnight or just while I'm at camp. I'll put in one of those 18-hour long hand warmer things, and I've never had any issues with my batteries dying in the cold down to -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's pretty lightweight, pretty versatile. That makes this a real winner. Okay, next piece of gear that I want to talk about that I think is a real winner for 2022 is the PLATYPUS QUICKDRAW water filter. Now, as far as water filters I've used in the past, I have used the Sawyer Squeeze, I have used the Lystraw Flex, and I have used the Katadyn Be Free. I think this is my favorite water filter, mostly because it has the two caps. You have a way that you can check to make sure that the integrity of the filter is sound in case it does freeze, which is very nice. And it's kind of like a hybrid between the Sawyer Squeeze and the Katadyn Be Free, in my opinion. And I say that because it has the 28mm thread, whereas the Katadyn Be Free has the 44mm thread. So this can still attach to your smart water bottles and everything like the Sawyer Squeeze, but it's also as easy to clean and to backflush as the Katadyn Be Free. So I've used it on good 4 or 5 trips so far this year, and I've really enjoyed it. The only problem I had was the dirty water bag that it came with did get a pinhole leak on it, and I do have that in my one of my Virginia Triple Crown videos. I'll link that somewhere up in the ether. And so one thing I haven't used yet, which is why it's not making it on this list, is the new 1 liter capacity Canuck Bechdel bag. So I am going to be going on a trip this weekend. I don't think there'll be enough snow to try to melt snow, so I am going to be bringing the water filter. So I will probably be giving that a go this weekend, and I'm sure you'll see my thoughts and everything on that. The next piece of gear that I want to talk about today, that I think is one of the best pieces of gear for me for 2022, is the JETBOIL Stash. Now, I was fully not expecting to like this. I have been an alcohol stove guy predominantly for almost 2 years straight. And then when I was supposed to go to Isle Royale, they had some forest fires earlier in the year. I knew the alcohol stoves were more likely to cause a forest fire, so I went with this because this was the lightest canister stove system already to go out of the box that I could find, and I've absolutely loved it. It boils so quick compared to the alcohol stove, which is just the nature of the two stoves. I like that the fuel can and everything fits compact inside the pot. The only thing I don't like is if I have this on the outside of my pack and it's raining, I do get water inside the pot. But it's a fantastic stove. This might be my go-to for warmer weather, but once it starts to get into the 20s, I'll probably switch back to the alcohol stove, just because alcohol fuel does a little better in those temperatures. But this is a really great piece of gear. I was very surprised and very, very happy with its performance. Again, was not expecting to like this thing as much as I have, but it really is a joy to use. The next piece of gear that I think is one of the best pieces of gear in 2022 is what I'm currently wearing. This is the Outdoor Vitals Vario jacket. Now this is pretty brand new to the market. I've only used it on one trip so far, but I was blown away. It was a very, very windy trip, and this blocked the wind really well. There's even a little gentle breeze right now, and with it being in the high 30s, it's a little chilly, but I feel pretty good with it. It has a full zipper, 2 zippered hand pockets, and it has a hem with an elastic cord lock on it, so you can really cinch it in. And the hood is really nice too. It fits really nice and snug around your head, but there's still room to layer underneath it with hats and whatnot. But it moves with your head, and it's been super nice. It only weighs an ounce more than my Enlightened Equipment Torrid pullover jacket, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to be taking this on the next couple of trips as well. I'm excited to see how it performs in a little bit of colder temps. I used it in a range between 70 degrees, which I wasn't sweating too bad in it, and I used it down to 39. So it's functioned really well in that temperature range for me with just a t-shirt under it, but we'll see how it does this weekend. Okay, the next piece of gear that I think is a real winner for 2022 is the pants that I'm also wearing right now. These are the Patagonia Terrabon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but these are their jogging pants. I found these at random. They were on sale at REI, and absolutely fell in love with them. They're super comfortable. It feels like I'm hiking in pajamas, but they do block wind pretty good. Water beads up a little bit. It does repel a light rain for a little while, and it keeps me warm while I'm hiking, probably down to the mid-30s without a base layer under them. But yet, if I'm hiking in them in the 50s, my legs aren't dying, so they breathe pretty well. They have a couple of side pockets and one zippered back pocket, and it can kind of stuff into that back pocket, and it only weighs like 6 ounces. So I'm very impressed with these. I actually have 2 pairs now and really want to get a 3rd pair. These are just phenomenal. I think these are gonna be my go-to hiking pants until it gets down to like below 20 degrees. Alright, and the last piece of gear that has been a game changer for me in 2022 is my Dutchware Chameleon. This hammock is the most comfortable hammock that I've ever used. And as far as backpacking hammocks, or hammocks that I've ever slept in, let's just go with that. I've used an Eno hammock, hummingbird hammock, hammock mantis, war bonnet blackbird, the hammock gear zippered bug net hammock, which I think they call their circadian hammock now, and the Dutchware half-wet hammock and the Dutchware netless hammock. So out of all of those, this is my go-to. For me, being about 210 pounds and 6'2", it is the most comfortable hammock that I have ever used. I get no calf ridge in it. I love how versatile it is, all the accessories that can come with it. it's my absolute favorite piece of gear right now. I don't see me using other hammocks a ton anymore, which is sad because I still have all those other hammocks I just mentioned. This is just phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. Really good customer service with Dutchware too. I've had to deal with their customer service a couple times, and I have it in this Dyneema stuff sack that they sell as well, and that way I can keep it on the outside of my pack and not worry about it getting wet. So all in all, this is just a complete win. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and again, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all on the next one.